So this morning I got up real early because I had to go out and pick some cotton. And of course, for Christmas last year, I got my boss a whip in case, I ever gets out of line, because I understand that I was inclined to be lazy and he would need something to, use when he ties me up to the post, which I allows. And of course, I work from sun up to sundown and I don't accept no pay for it. Reg here, and welcome to another episode of Food for Thought.
This is a world premiere. This is a world.
Now, of course, in 2016, it would be ridiculous for anyone to have those attitudes. And it's not even clear that anyone during slavery would necessarily have embraced the lifestyle in the way that the character I was playing in the introduction was embracing the lifestyle of slavery. Free slave labor contributed to the accumulation of a lot of wealth in this country. However, again, it would be ridiculous to think that anyone would continue to embrace that identity for themselves as a cotton picker or free labor or someone else's property. But interestingly, when we look at the way African Americans eat, they are actually still embracing a way of living and a way of eating that was handed down to them by their slave owners. Slaves were given whatever scraps the masters, the owners, saw fit to give them, and although using African ingenuity to make those foods palatable and even delicious, they were still the scraps that were being handed off. And so after slavery, we can see slaves moving away from agricultural work, of course, and moving into industry. Certainly we don't see Black people referring to their bosses as master. We don't see Blacks secretly communicating via, spiritual songs. We don't see people, definitely don't see people working for free. So that being the case, why is it that African Americans continue to embrace the slave diet? And that is the subject of a wonderful film that I was lucky enough to be one of the early screeners of, called The Post-Traumatic Slave Diet. It's a film that chronicles the history of our African ancestors and what they ate, the way that diet shifted during the Middle Passage and through slavery, through Jim Crow, and how communities of color are currently still the target, still bombarded with messages and images that keep us eating garbage that the masters want to hand down to us. So I strongly recommend, if you know any person of color, if you care about anyone living in or are any part of a community of color, I strongly urge you to watch this film and to share it with as many people as possible. I'll include a link and I'll include this clip.
They force fed us because some people they didn't like the food, but it's a combination of black-eyed peas, red beans, rice, potatoes, pork, anything they could find, sometimes even coffee grounds. And they put it all together. If we wouldn't eat it, they would take a sharp chisel, knock out the front teeth, and then stick this pipe down your throat and pour it into a funnel and force feed you, just in order to get you to over a 1 month journey.
That's it for this video. Like it if you liked it, share, comment, subscribe. This is Reg signing off. Love yourself. Peace.
And I love myself. The world is a ghetto with big guns and dick inside. I love myself.